I understand that this hurts and the truth hurts and all of that. And that is not what I want. I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I'm trying to put a perspective on it and show people that help is needed now because time is running out.
And when you say time is running out, what do you mean?
It's exactly what it sounds like. I don't want my kids waking up having to deal with the unimaginable.
Their mother might die.
Yes.
It's Britney back in the headlines. And this time fans want to know, is she okay?
I think the nation really cares about her. I really do. I think she's more than just a singer, pop icon. She's got 42 million followers on Instagram because we watched her grow up. So we all feel like we know her. I think a lot of us feel invested in like her wellness care. Somebody who looks drug addled to me. She definitely looks like she's on drugs. And nobody steps in, like we went from conservatorship, which was too much, to like apparently no help at all.
Been drugged against her will for many, many years, with all of the drugs that she had been given, including lithium, while she was under the conservatorship for many, many years.
Britney Spears was arrested after allegedly driving in a reckless way and being found with pills in the car. But the situation around her arrest looks a lot more complicated than a simple DUI story. There are claims that her manager, Kate Hudson, her mother, Lynn Spears, and even people close to her family may be part of some bigger plan to control Britney's life and push her into treatment. That's why people are asking a serious question right now. Is Britney truly struggling with drinking, or could this whole situation be another setup against her? So let's break it all down. Yes, Britney Spears was arrested, but the story might go deeper than just a traffic stop. Some believe the timing is suspicious, especially with everything happening around her recent catalog sale and decisions being made by people around her. Now, to be fair, this isn't about blindly defending Britney. If someone drives under the influence, that's a serious mistake, and it should not happen.
This was an unfortunate incident that is completely inexcusable. This is a statement obtained by the New York Post's page 6. Britney is going to take the right steps and comply with the law, and hopefully this can be the first step in long overdue change that needs to occur in Britney's life. Hopefully she can get the help and support she needs during this difficult time.
Reports say Britney felt extremely embarrassed and regretful after the incident, which shows she understood how serious the situation was. Here's how everything unfolded. Around 8:48 p.m., a report came in that someone had called police about a vehicle on the 101 freeway driving at a high speed and swerving in traffic. The caller claimed the driver was behaving erratically, which raised immediate concern. We still don't know who made that call to police, but the report triggered a response from dispatch. And now, some of the actual dispatch audio connected to that moment has surfaced.
Black sedan, erratic braking, swerving, and driving with no taillight.
483, driver is out of the vehicle. We're code 4 on it.
5483, driver out of the vehicle, code 4.
Is there a DRE available?
5471, requesting a DRE. Is there anyone in Ventura with the DRE?
Ventura 3140, I'm a DRE. They want to bring her to the office. 483, can you start 1185 for a BMW 430i?
1185, BMW 430i. It's going to be Roy.
I'll be following him back to the office.
As soon as police received that tip, officers quickly moved in to track down the driver of that vehicle. At that moment, they likely had no idea the person behind the wheel was Britney Spears. For a brief moment, it almost seemed like she might slip away from the situation. Britney exited the 101 freeway at Thousand Oaks, the same area where she lives, but the stop happened shortly after. Around 9:30 p.m., officers pulled her over and the situation immediately turned serious. Once the stop happened, Britney was asked to perform several sobriety tests on the side of the road before things escalated further.
She's clearly on something in all of these videos that are posted regularly on her account. They're so uncomfortable. They're so sad. Everybody knows that something's wrong. People genuinely just want this woman to be happy.
After those tests, officers decided to place her under arrest and she was later booked into the Ventura County Jail. Situations like this are always concerning. Driving under the influence is dangerous, and it can put many people at risk. Sadly, these types of arrests happen every single day, especially in busy areas like Los Angeles, where DUI cases are reported constantly. But here's where the situation starts raising eyebrows for some people. Police later held a press conference connected to Britney's case. Now, it's true that Britney is a massive public figure, so attention around the case was expected. Still, some people feel the response seemed unusually public. With so many DUI arrests happening across Los Angeles daily, it left many asking one big question. Why did the sheriff's office feel the need to make such a public statement about this specific case?
Because why do we need the sheriff's office to make a statement on this?
The solo occupant, Ms. Spears, showed signs of impairment and submitted to a series of field sobriety tests. Ms. Spears was subsequently arrested for a violation of California Vehicle Code Section 23152G, driving under the influence of a combination of drugs and alcohol, and booked into the Ventura County main jail. This incident is still under investigation. Chemical tests are still pending.
People online immediately started reacting to the situation, and the comment sections were on fire. One person asked a question that quickly got attention. Why is there a full press conference over this? They even compared it to another celebrity moment, writing, "I want to see this same energy for JT, Justin Timberlake. Remember when he was arrested under the influence? Release the body cam of Justin Timberlake right now and leave Britney alone." That comment alone sparked a huge wave of debate across social media. According to booking records, Britney was taken into custody and officially booked into jail around 3 a.m. on Thursday morning. She didn't stay there long though. Reports say she was released roughly 3 hours later at 6 a.m., which made the situation move pretty fast once the booking process was complete.
Gen Z doesn't understand exactly how that couple affected popular culture, how massive the fact that those two were a couple was for both of their hashtag brands, which wasn't really a thing at the time, but that was so significant. And
But the timeline surrounding the stop has people confused. The original call about the vehicle came in at 8:48 p.m. and police didn't pull Britney over until about 9:30 p.m. That gap has raised a lot of questions. Some reports claim she was taken to a hospital where her blood alcohol level was tested. The legal limit is 8, and one report suggested her level came back around 6, which is actually below that limit. There have even been rumors floating around that the time between 8:48 and 9:30 involved some kind of police pursuit. That claim has been circulating online, although the details remain unclear. If something like that really happened, it would raise even more questions about what exactly was going on during those missing minutes.
Leading to an hour-long chase. Now her own rep is saying she needs help.
Police have still not publicly released the official results from Britney's testing, which has only added more questions to the situation. However, TMZ reported that sources close to Britney said her blood alcohol level was around 6, which is below the legal limit of 8. Even with that number, legal issues could still come into play. Authorities can still pursue charges related to erratic driving or possibly mixing substances while operating a vehicle, depending on what investigators believe happened that night. Another major part of the investigation involves pills that were reportedly found in Britney's possession after the arrest. According to reports, the pills are believed to be Adderall, and TMZ claims they may have been obtained during trips to Mexico. Because of that claim, authorities are now testing the pills to confirm exactly what they contain. Investigators want to determine whether the medication is legitimate Adderall or if it could be mixed with other dangerous substances. This concern comes from recent warnings that some medications sold in parts of Mexico have been found to contain unexpected substances like fentanyl, cocaine, or methamphetamine instead of the labeled drug. Sources cited by TMZ also claim that Britney has traveled to Mexico multiple times, which sparked speculation from some outlets that she may have been getting medication during those trips. Another detail that really stood out came from reports about how Britney reacted during the booking process. Sources say she appeared extremely emotional, crying repeatedly while going through the procedure at the jail. It paints a picture of someone clearly overwhelmed in that moment. Considering everything Britney has been through publicly over the years, it's not surprising that a situation like this would hit hard emotionally, especially with the intense spotlight and pressure surrounding her life.
I feel like anybody who knows anything about Britney's story knows that police, hospitals, that's all very triggering for her. Police have not released Britney's blood alcohol content, but of course TMZ has sources and claim that Britney's was below the legal limit at 0.06. Again, if you know anything about Britney's story, you know that she was in a hospital when her dad and Lou Taylor allegedly went to the courthouse and got her into a conservatorship.
A source close to Britney says she has been very emotional and deeply regretful about everything that happened. On top of that, she's reportedly embarrassed about how the situation might affect her sons. People close to her say she loves them more than anything and never wants them to feel like she's letting them down. That pressure alone would weigh heavily on anyone in her position. After the arrest, a representative reportedly shared that her sons plan to be supportive while the family focuses on helping Britney move forward. The statement said her boys will be spending time with her and that loved ones want to help her through what they described as a difficult phase. It also mentioned that the people around her are hoping to create a plan that will help set her up for success, stability, and well-being going forward. But that part raised some eyebrows for a lot of observers online. When people hear the word plan, it immediately brings back memories of Britney's past conservatorship situation. Some fans started wondering what exactly that plan might look like and whether it means more control from people around her. Another name that keeps coming up in the conversation is her manager, Kate Hudson. Some critics believe the relationship between Britney and her management has been tense over the years. There have even been reports and online discussions about controversies surrounding Kate's past in the entertainment industry. Those claims have circulated online, though they remain part of public speculation rather than confirmed facts. Kate also released a statement shortly after Britney's arrest, and it quickly got people talking. The statement read, "This is an unfortunate incident that is completely inexcusable. Britney's going to take the right steps and comply with the law. And hopefully, this can be the first step in a long overdue change that needs to occur in Britney's life." The speed of that response made some fans question whether the situation had been anticipated. Britney is currently expected to appear in court on May 4th, a date that many supporters are already watching closely. But another detail that still raises questions is the original report that triggered everything. The caller claimed the car was moving very fast, braking suddenly, and swerving across lanes on the freeway. They also said the vehicle had a taillight that wasn't working. That leaves one big mystery hanging in the air. Who exactly made that call about Britney's car at 8:48 p.m. and why did it reportedly take almost an hour before officers finally pulled the vehicle over? Those missing details are what keep this entire story surrounded by speculation and debate.
Somebody called to report someone driving and weaving out of the freeway in Ventura County. So she wasn't just spotted by a police officer, somebody called. What I'm seeing is a lot of people think that this was a setup by an inside person.
Some people watching this situation closely say they can already see where things might be heading, and the word conservatorship keeps popping up in conversations. Reports claim that sources familiar with the situation, including people close to Britney, are hoping a judge would send her into some kind of treatment program rather than giving her any jail time related to the DUI case. According to those sources, the idea is to shift the focus towards support and recovery instead of punishment. We're told that people in her circle, including Cade, believe this moment could become a turning point in Britney's life. They say this situation might push things toward getting her the help and stability she needs moving forward, but not everyone online is convinced the people around her have the best intentions. One comment that gained attention on Reddit said, "I worry that her story will not have a nice ending. She really needs help, and those close to her just use her for money, it seems." That opinion sparked a lot of discussion because many fans have long questioned who truly benefits from Britney's career and finances. Some observers believe the end of the conservatorship changed the balance of power around her. With Britney now controlling major financial decisions again, including the reported $200 million sale of her music catalog, skeptics wonder whether certain people might want influence over that money again. That suspicion is exactly why this entire situation has people watching very closely.
Britney's lucky it was only a DUI and something not much more tragic. Let's be real, we have to acknowledge that fact. Britney Spears is not well. We have all watched Britney struggle for decades now with severe mental health issues on and off. This woman has been scrutinized in the public eye since I was a little girl. I truly hope that she gets the help she desperately needs and deserves.
One detail that makes the timing of Britney's arrest even more interesting is that it happened right after she had some positive developments in court involving a man who has allegedly been obsessively targeting her for years. According to court records, a 51-year-old man from Louisiana named Donald has been harassing Britney since 2013. For a long time, the situation stayed mostly online, but things reportedly escalated last year when he actually showed up at her home, which immediately raised serious safety concerns. Britney's team said they became especially worried after Donald posted disturbing messages on social media, including the phrase, "bullet hole heart." That message triggered alarm because of his history. Court documents describe him as having a long and concerning criminal history. He has reportedly faced charges connected to burglary, harassment, cyberstalking, and even a DUI in the past. When Donald allegedly appeared outside Britney's home, deputies were called to the property and responded quickly. Reports say officers found him shaking and smoking cigarettes when they arrived. He was arrested for trespassing, and the legal petition later noted that he displayed unusual behavior and made several incoherent comments while being taken into custody. Even though that situation was extremely alarming, many people believe the emotional pressure on Britney didn't come from just one source. Fans remember that only a few months earlier there was a huge wave of controversy surrounding Kevin Federline's book, where he reportedly made harsh claims about Britney's parenting. Ever since those accusations started circulating publicly, some observers believe the situation has been weighing heavily on her. One insider even claimed it was Kevin's book that really sent her over the edge. It's been downhill from there, and it impacted her emotionally. The source continued by saying Britney felt deeply hurt by the situation, believing that Kevin had used their history together in a way that damaged her reputation. According to the same insider, she feels like Kevin Federline exploited her for everything she's got. He used her. He wanted to ruin her. That kind of conflict would be painful for anyone, especially considering they share 2 sons together. Now that Britney is dealing with this DUI situation, Kevin has also spoken through his legal team. His statement said, Kevin hopes for the best for Britney, and if help is necessary, he hopes that she will neither resist it, nor those who are attempting to work with her. Some fans feel that wording makes it sound like Britney is difficult to work with, which only added more debate online. Kevin isn't the only former partner commenting on the situation either. Britney's ex-husband, Sam Asghari, also released a statement after the arrest. Surprisingly, his response stood out because it was far more respectful than many people expected. Instead of criticizing Britney or stirring more drama, Sam chose a calmer tone, which many observers felt was one of the most supportive reactions compared to other voices speaking publicly about the situation.
A, were you surprised to see that news? And B, what would your words to her be right now?
You know, my focus has been on the Iran situation because this was such a huge situation that basically deserved my full attention. And as it goes in my past, you know, I cannot skip the past. I celebrate the past. And I think everybody makes mistakes and everybody deserves privacy. You know, if we learn from history, we have to understand the press could hurt somebody recovering from a situation like this. But I'd like to stay focused on the situation because it is bigger than everything right now. And I'm fully responsible to be focused on that.
Now let's get into the conspiracy side of this story, because a lot of people online are seriously questioning what's going on behind the scenes. One person on TikTok said, "I don't trust that manager guy," and honestly, that opinion is spreading fast across social media. Suspicion is growing as more financial details about Britney's situation come into the spotlight. Reports say Britney Spears' net worth recently climbed to around $150 million, especially after the massive $200 million catalog sale connected to her music. That number stands out because during the conservatorship years, her reported net worth was estimated around $60 million. Many fans have argued for years that the number should have been much higher considering the scale of her career. Now that Britney has full control over her finances again, major deals like this one have brought huge amounts of money back into her hands. According to estimates from outlets like Forbes, the catalog deal could represent around $170 million before taxes and professional fees. That's an enormous amount of money, especially for someone who hasn't been consistently touring or releasing new commercial projects recently. With that kind of money suddenly flowing into Britney's control again, it has naturally sparked a lot of speculation about who around her might benefit from influencing her decisions. At the same time, several strange reports about Britney started appearing in the media almost all at once. One story claimed she had fired her sobriety coaches, which was published just recently. Other reports talked about her mother, Lynn Spears, suddenly visiting Los Angeles, while Britney's sons were also reportedly in town at the same time as the arrest. The timing of all these details appearing together has made some people wonder who exactly is sharing information with the press. One Reddit user even wrote, "Someone close to her is leaking to TMZ every few hours. First it was a DUI, then DUI, with drugs. Now it's talking to herself in her own little world." The same commenter added that stories about Britney spending time with her kids and being open to treatment were also appearing rapidly in the headlines. According to that theory, someone in her circle might be shaping the narrative step by step. Some people online suspect Britney's manager Cade could be connected to those leaks, although there's no confirmed proof of that claim. Still, the speculation hasn't slowed down. One commenter even suggested the media could be gradually preparing the public for more serious allegations about Britney's health or behavior. Meanwhile, there were also reports that Britney actually spoke with her mother, Lynn Spears, shortly after the incident. According to sources, Lynn called Britney immediately after hearing about the arrest, and the conversation was described as positive and hopeful. The two reportedly speak regularly now and have been rebuilding their relationship since the conservatorship ended. Lynn reportedly told Britney she fully supports her and offered help with anything she might need during this stressful moment. Still, some observers feel actions matter more than statements. In their view, showing up in person during a crisis would send a stronger message of support. Online speculation only kept growing. One comment said, "It's all a setup, guys. They want to push her back into the conservatorship or something messy like this." Another person wrote, "They want to control her again and take her money." Still no pictures of the arrest, just news. They're building up to something. Yet another comment claimed, "TMZ is paid." This was a setup. Those theories spread quickly as people tried to connect the dots. Another curious moment happened when Britney's social media account was suddenly deactivated shortly after the arrest. That move raised even more questions. Some fans wondered if Britney chose to delete the account herself, while others questioned whether someone on her team might also have access to it. Regardless of who made that decision, it's very possible Britney simply wanted privacy during an extremely difficult moment. Situations like this can bring intense public pressure, and stepping away from social media can sometimes be the easiest way to avoid the noise. What many supporters are saying now is that the bigger issue might be how the media frames the story. Britney has a long history of intense media scrutiny going back decades. Old documentaries, paparazzi coverage, and public narratives have often shaped how people view her life. Because of that history, many fans are watching closely to see how this situation develops and how the story continues.